Okay, so we have another Kyo video. Nijisanji Vichu accused of snitching on Hololive's Mel. I did hear about this. This is fucking dumb.
So on the channel, I talked more about Yozora Mel's termination from Hololive, and in that video, we talked about Yozora Mel's response on her past life account. That being on this account here, where she did confirm that yes, the situation did happen. She leaked information to a close friend when she was going through a tough time. She said that it was a thoughtless action and pretty much only happened because she was going through some stuff and was just talking with her friend and said some things about the company or whatever information she leaked to them. And in that video, I talked about how people were speculating who the person that Mel would have leaked information to was, and I stated that it was an agency VTuber that a lot of people were accusing of leaking information or snitching on Mel. In that video, I didn't specify who because I didn't want that person to get harassed anymore, and I stated that I didn't want people in the comments or anyone else to speculate any further, because if they were wrong, it makes them look awful, and it also just makes the situation worse for
100%.
everyone. For the person that's being accused of it, if those people are wrong, that person is being accused, sent death threats, and
getting harassed for no reason.
Absolutely no reason. Also, Mel herself inside of this tweet requested that people do not speculate any further and just leave it as is. However,
yeah, I think it's crazy, like, these people who are quote-unquote fans are, like, doing that for their Oshi, even though their Oshi would not want them to fucking do that, which is like,
no matter what Mel says, no matter what anyone says, people were going to speculate no matter what, and like I said, that's exactly what happened. People continued to harass this agency VTuber, who ended up being Kotoka Torihime inside of Nijisanji English. And the reason people are speculating that this was Kotoka is because Kotoka is one of the last people that Mel had a collab with, and if I recall, this was an off collab, so they saw each other in person.
Wait, but that's so dumb. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, do people not understand that, like, you know, she also is a human being in real life? You know what that means? She could talk to people not on stream. So, like, you know, she's in Japan. She could have talked to anybody, hypothetically, like, any other streamer, any other person within the company, and it was just not streamed. You know, it doesn't mean, like, but people just see, oh, well, this is the last, like, public, like, quote-unquote public thing that happened, so obviously that means that this is the person that, you know, this is the person that she talked to. It's like, that's so dumb, makes no sense.
If you look at the recent comments from that stream, there are a ton of people accusing Kotoka of snitching on Mel and being the entire reason that Mel was terminated and fired from Hololive. And not just in that comment section, people on Twitter were harassing Kotoka. I'm sure people were sending her death threats. It was an all-around awful situation because, like I said, if people were wrong and Kotoka didn't do this, she doesn't deserve to be harassed. Even then, I don't think people need to be sending death threats to someone, even if they snitched or said something to their company. Just don't send them death threats. Like, you can be pissed, but sending death threats and going to the extent that some people have been going is absolutely insane, especially when you consider that they're probably wrong. Now, I mean, most likely on 4chan first and then posted onto Twitter, which fueled fire, and people just wanted more drama and just wanted to hate on Kotoka because they hate Nijisanji VTubers and they hate Nijisanji, and they were upset that Mel had been terminated and fired, so they wanted to find out who did it so that they can ruin their life as well. And once people found out that it may have been Kotoka without any proof whatsoever,
like, no proof,
they started harassing her, which has led to Kotoka responding.
Oh my god, was she had to respond to that? Damn, that's sad that it was to the point where she has to respond. But, like, people are just very, like, fucking stupid. They're very, like, short-sighted. They're like, oh, well, this is the last time, you know, like, she collaborated with somebody else, like, one of the last times that she collaborated with, like, a VTuber outside of Hololive, so obviously, I mean, it's them. Even though, you know, like, she could like, Mel could have just, like, literally spoken to anybody else just off stream, you know, where this, like, situation could have happened, you know?
This by tweeting out, "Sorry, I've been slacking on the schedule this week. Truthfully speaking, I was honestly a bit tired of the stuff going around me. No, I was not a part of the suspected incident in any way, and I ask you to please think twice before taking in/spreading speculation
without evidence. There's no evidence,
really hoping that we can make our community a positive one after this. With that being said, I also ask you to please do not use my statement to attack others. Make this a learning experience, okay?" thank you. And so Kotoka has stated that she was not a part of this situation. She's not the reason Mel was fired. She did not snitch on Mel whatsoever. Yet, if you look at the replies to her tweets, there are still people accusing her of this and
This
harassing
is dumb.
her. Someone who had no clue what
It's
was
just
going on
fucking
had
dumb.
asked what had happened, and you see replies such as this saying she leaked things that her and Mel talked about during their off collab, which resulted in Mel getting fired from Hololive for breaking in.
Right, there's no proof of that though.
Again, spreading this information with absolutely no proof, very maliciously, just to harm Kotoka and get people pissed off at her. And there are tons more people like that in the court retweets this. There are more replies of people saying this exact same thing, that Kotoka did this despite what Kotoka said. People are saying Kotoka is just lying because that's what a liar would say. They would just deflect and say, I didn't do this. But how are...
That doesn't make any fucking sense. A liar would just say, a liar would, of course somebody's if they're just lying. A liar would of course just deny. Would say, yeah, but then what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck are they supposed to do? Of course they're gonna deny it because there's no fucking proof. Like, what the fuck do you want them to do? Provide proof they didn't talk about that? Like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, it's like, no, you have no proof. Like, what? This is so dumb. I don't even know. It's like terminally ill people who are on Twitter. It's like, this is just people who are on Twitter way too much and need to go outside.
Or are we ever going to know if Kotoka didn't do this? The only way these people will ever listen and understand that Kotoka didn't do this is if Mel or Rika now states that Kotoka did not do this.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
As of right now, in the eyes of all these people upset with Kotoka, she is guilty until proven innocent, no matter what she says. Now, don't get me wrong, not everyone is upset with Kotoka. There are a ton of people understanding the situation and know Kotoka didn't do this and are believing her. But with that said, there are still a lot of people just attacking her, harassing Niji-Sanji fans.
It's like, also, it's just like, it makes no sense, because it's like, why would Mel, I'm not like exactly sure of their relationship, but I would assume that Kotoka and Mel may be friends. And it's like, okay, so you're apparently Mel's fans, and then you're now harassing and attacking one of her friends. And it's like, how does that, would that make her happy? Like...
And just sending a lot of shit towards the company and Kotoka because they're upset that Mel was terminated. And now, in my honest opinion, I don't think Kotoka had snitched on Mel whatsoever. We don't even know if Mel's friend had snitched on her whatsoever, or if Hololive just
that's true. We don't actually know. Like, hypothetically, Hololive could have just found out about that communication with this, like, friend or whatever. I mean, it's obviously not confirmed that the friend, like, snitched or whatever.
Now, is there, like, a 90% chance that someone snitched on her? Yes,
yeah,
there is.
Yeah, I think most likely that it makes sense if somebody were to, like, to snitch, but, we don't, it's not proven. Like, obviously you don't 100% know.
But it's not 100% confirmed that someone ran and snitched to Hololive about Mel leaking information or talking to them about any information. We know that she talked to someone about it, but we don't know for certain whether that person snitched or not. Now, personally, I think whoever she did talk to probably did snitch, but I don't think that person was Kotoka. The really sad thing is, as I said before, no matter what Kotoka says, people are going to continue to harass her, believing that she snitched on Mel, again, until Mel or Rika...
Like, people are not going to just, like, people crazy people, they're not gonna believe her. Like, it's like, no matter what she says, they're still going to, push this crazy narrative until it's like until, like, I don't know, Mel herself, like, denies or whatever. I don't even know. It's like, it's just crazy.
Not proving her innocence. Even
sadly, there's nothing Kotoka can really say.
Innocent, people are still probably going to harass her just because they don't like Niji-Sanji, or just because they don't like Kotoka for whatever reason. People in this situation are bringing up the past Zion situation, so that's another reason why people just don't like Kotoka and don't like Niji-Sanji, which will always remain and will cause people to harass them no matter what, and this is just fueling the fire, unfortunately. And now the reason why people are bringing up the Zion situation is because people are saying that Kotoka is a known backstabber for not defending Zion whenever she was terminated from Niji-Sanji, and saying the things that she did on stream after Zion was terminated. And for context, here is a clip of that if you want to give it a listen.
So first things first, about the termination. Honestly, what's said in the announcement is pretty simple and clear. I feel like she broke the rules, a lot of the rules. And we, as the XLA member, we tried really hard to discuss things over with her about her mistakes. We sometimes even fought with her for some things that she wished to be granted upon herself. We really did try helping her, and we did our best. The senpais were with us to help too, but it turns out that we were just very unaware of the situation as a whole, and I guess it was too much to the point that we really couldn't do anything to stop this from happening. My personal opinion about this, first of all, I don't know everything about her acts as a liver for Nijisanji, so I cannot speak to say that I am aware of all the situation or know the exact mistakes that she made that caused the problem. I'm not a know-it-all about this, but based on some factors that I am aware of, I can say that I cannot agree with the statements and actions that she did. I can say that. There's been a lot of things behind the scenes too. I'm very sorry if I'm like not clear with some of the things that I'm saying. The second thing I want to say is that when I first met her before debut, I felt like I found like a really great friend when I was talking to Zion. She said that she felt the closest to me, and there's been times where like we would like talk for hours about like how bright our future is here. And we just had a bunch of really good ideas that we had in our minds, you know, for the future. And because that bond we had, because I really did just solely believe in her, it really is quite disappointing, I would say. And I'm disappointed in myself that I couldn't do anything to stop this from happening. So for this, I know that I'm really bad with words, but I do want to say that I do want to apologize. I'm sorry for letting you down for this. I'm sorry that I had to bring bad news to you, because you guys don't deserve this. And this goes out to all the fans, and especially to Zion's fans who waited for her return. XLA, sadly, will never be the same anymore without her. But I want to believe that we as a 5-member group can show the world something fascinating or cool that only the 5 of us together can show. We are here today to ensure you that we'll be working hard to make you proud for being a viewer of our content. This is going to be the last time I'm going to say sorry for this incident. I would like to move on and use my grateful time here for our bright future, and I would like to use my mouth and words to thank you. So thank you. Thank you so much for always supporting us. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I'm really grateful for every dream you made real for us.
All in all, though, this is pretty much just a tribal war going on between Nijisanji and Hololive fans.
Look how I see things, right? It's like, it's a hard situation to really know because a lot of things happen behind the scenes, but how I see things is that inherently, right, when one side basically cannot talk about things, meaning like, you know, XLA can't really go into detail, or any Nijisanji member can't really go into detail about what happened, but when one side can, and basically you are mostly only seeing one person's perspective, and them going into detail and saying how everybody, you know, turned their back on me and backstabbed me, obviously, you know, like, that to me is like, I can't just like blindly side with Zion's perspective, because we really don't know what happened on like the side of XLA and the Niji EN members, and I can't really just say, oh yeah, like Kotoka and all of my friends, everyone in XLA just like backstabbed me and turned my back on me for no reason. Like, there has to be, like, a reason. Like, they talked about how they were close, that they were friends. I do not think that the XLA members would just turn their back on Zion for no reason. And 100%, like, Zion did do things that deserve, like, criticism. She did do things that probably were not right? And I can't really, like, take a side in this, because it's like I said, it's like when somebody is open to being able to sort of talk about everything, and then one side, because they are part of a corporation where they really can't talk about their perspective on things, it's very easy to just believe the quote-unquote victim side and believe them, right? And how, like I said, how I kind of see things is that I can't really just like believe that like Kotoka and like XLA and all of the Nichi Sanji En members would just like backstab Zion for absolutely no reason at all. You know, like there at least has to be some factors and some reasoning and some things to do with Zion's actions as to why that happened, right? And that's sort of how I see things. I kind of am more in a neutral stance on it. Like, obviously, I am not saying that what Zion is saying isn't true, but I am saying that it's very easy to, you know, be on that side when the other side really can't speak for themselves and can't share their own perspective on things. And with this sort of narrative, a lot of people being anti-Niji, I think a lot of these people sort of just like blindly side with Zion without sort of, you know, trying to take more of a neutral stance and say, yeah, like Zion did do things that were wrong. And from what I've seen, she still has never really taken accountability for the joke that she made, which obviously is not, obviously that was wrong. The R word joke, that was wrong, and I don't think I've ever really seen her. No, and if there is a clip of saying where she is saying apologizing for that and she is taking accountability for that, show me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that she hasn't. I'm just saying I personally have not seen her like actually take accountability for making that joke. But I have not really seen her really take accountability for some of her actions that she did do whilst being in the company.
This happens all of the time. Don't know when it'll end. It'll probably never end. Please, just let me know what you all think about that down below. And keep speculation and harassment of anyone to a minimum, please. I am begging you. You can state that you dislike Nichi Sanji. You can say you dislike Hololive. You can say you hate both of the companies. I just ask you to please keep speculation to a minimum and do not harass anyone else. That's all for me today, guys. So please, let me know what you all think about everything we talked
Okay,
down below.
So yeah, that's, oh god, but I mean, it's sadly, this is just kind of how the internet works, right? In any situation like this, there's always like they have to blame somebody. There's always somebody that has to be blamed. There's somebody that's gonna get attacked and harassed. Kind of just how like, you know, how Twitter works. And no matter what answer Kotoka gives, it's never gonna be good enough for some people, which is obviously sad. But at the same time, it's obviously going to be like people who do like support and defend Kotoka on that. But like I just think so weird that like some of these people, you know, apparently they're such, you know, they're Mel fans and they love Mel and they feel sorry for Mel and they're trying to take, you know, trying to like, you know, take action for her, but then they're actively doing something that she wouldn't want you to do. Like, she would not want you to actively go and harass her own friend. Well, I guess I'm not sure if they are exactly friends, but I would say if they met up in real life, they're at least, like, friendly with each other, or, like, they know each other, you know? But, yeah, so, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys did end up enjoying this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!